Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching A Healthy Alternative. Today we're going to be discussing water fasting myths. All right, welcome back, guys. So today we've got a very controversial topic. It's one of those things where when I was kind of trying to prepare for the video, I was a little bit at a loss because it's such an overwhelming topic. With all of the information out there, with all of the different sources, with everybody having their own, agenda, water fasting myths are very prevalent, okay? I'm in an environment where I'm talking to so many people on a regular basis, and you get to hear all of these crazy things that people have heard about water fasting, and it's truly overwhelming. I don't know which ones to point out. I don't know which ones to specifically talk about. So there's a couple that are gonna come to mind as I'm doing this video, but also I'm gonna leave a lot out. It's impossible, it's too many. And there's a general blanket statement that I try to just tell people whenever they're asking me about some of these crazy myths, and here it goes. Your body is highly intelligent, okay? We have been taught from day one that our bodies are not intelligent, that it makes mistakes, that our DNA is corrupt, that we need all this help from these outside sources to live and function and maintain a healthy life. This is not true, okay? Always take with a grain of salt any information that you get from anyone, including myself. But one of the things that is really, really obvious to me is that, okay, if we're born with these deformed, ruined bodies, and that's a natural thing, our species should have been wiped out by now. We should have mutated something that just completely wipes us out, all right? Because modern medicine is just that, it's modern. It hasn't been around for the thousands of years that the earth has been here and that we've been on the earth. So that's a general blanket statement. Your body is not going to do anything to itself that will harm itself, okay? Our bodies are programmed for self-preservation, and it does this masterfully. It's one of the reasons why we get cancer. We get cancer because instead of the toxins overrunning our body and our body allowing us to die, it creates cancer, and it puts all of these mutated toxic cells in one place. It compartmentalizes it and does its best to preserve life. All right, so that is my disclaimer, all right? And when it comes to water fasting, all you're doing is simply boosting your body's ability to heal itself, okay? Your body is the only thing that heals you. Everything else just supplements or helps or treats. Your body is the thing that heals. So getting your body healthy, that is number one. And you will never have to worry about disease, okay? Unless someone is going out of their way to inject poison directly into your system or something of that nature. All you have to do is just live a healthy lifestyle, eat, drink clean water, eat clean, and your body will maintain everything else. So with that being said, let's get into some of the fasting myths. One of the big fasting myths is, but when you fast, your body's going to go into survival mode. All right, this is probably the most popular. I think, okay? Because when we're doing these extreme diets, we're doing caloric restriction, we see these sorts of things, we see this survival mode thing, all right? Now, out of the gate, even the terminology they use to describe this process is wrong, okay? Your body doesn't go into survival mode for a lack of food, period. It doesn't do it because your body knows that food is not necessary to maintain functionality, all right? One thing that I want to put out there is when you're consuming something, it is not the sustenance or the fleshiness of it or the meat of it that is actually sustaining us. That is not where you're getting your energy from. You're getting your energy from literally the energy that that item produces, okay? So everything in our world has energy, all right? Everything from an apple to a coin, it all has energy. And our wonderful bodies have this ability to literally extract the energy from an apple or, some pears or whatever, and utilize that energy and integrate it into your system, okay? This is the same thing that our bodies do with the sunlight, okay? Modern science calls it vitamin D, but it's so much more than that. It is the energy it is a life energy, all right? And it fuels our bodies intercellularly. This is on a subatomic level, okay? This is how our bodies get energy. Modern day science calls it calorie intake. That is a falsehood, okay? The calories are not what you guys think it is. It's not how our bodies work. And we've been proving that. We've been proving that with the fasting, with the experiments we're doing. And if you don't believe me, just go and look at the videos. The proof is in the pudding. And we have been experimenting with literally hundreds of people across the world, okay, who are all having the same results. And even outside of our community, people are doing these things and have been doing these things for years. And their results are just on par with ours, okay? So we have to open up our mind, and we have to understand that modern day science is more of a belief system than anything else. You think religion is a belief system. Well, modern day science is a belief system. You just do research on the scientific method and how it works. I have a theory, I test my theory. If my theory is duplicatable, it becomes a fact. And until someone comes with a better theory that can disprove my theory, it's considered fact. That is not fact. That is not the way it works, okay? That's not the way it should work. So I'm ranting, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I'm ranting. This topic hits hard for me because there's so much misinformation out there, and people do it for so many different reasons, whether it's political gain, whether it's monetary gain, whether it's status. Some people just want to be recognized for doing something great or accomplishing something great, and it's not always ethical reasons behind this. There's not always good intentions behind this. So with that being said, no, your body does not go into survival mode. When you fast, your body actually shifts gears, and it goes from using food as your energetic source, right? And it completely shifts gears to absorbing energy from sun. It also will break down fat reserves in your body and things of that nature. And it does a whole slew of amazing things, but this is all part of like a detoxification process. Also, your body can absorb energy from water, and I've spoke about water several times in several different videos, including my video where I talk about sun water. When you're drinking water from a natural source, a spring or whatever, you can go outside and you can get it and contain it. It's going to be full of natural energy. There's also ways that we can re-energize our water, and using the sun is one of the best ways that I found to re-energize your water. And when you're drinking the water, you're literally drinking the sun. You're drinking the energy from the sun. Your body shifts gears, and it will start utilizing those resources. We're kind of like a plant, all right? The way plants photosynthesize, well, they get their nutrition from the sun, right? And the human body is the most amazing thing that we know of. And you look at some of the amazing things animals and plants can do, but we have the ability to do all these things as well, and we can do them better, and we're not as restricted as plants and animals. So, no, you will not experience survival mode when you fast. And this next myth kind of goes along with that survival mode thing, where it's like, okay, I fast or I do a caloric restrictive diet or whatever, and then your metabolism slows down. And because your metabolism slows down, even if you're maintaining what you're eating, you'll slowly stop losing weight. And then if you ever revert back to eating like you used to, you'll gain weight back faster than you ever lost it. This is another huge myth, and it is purposefully put out there to discourage you all from fasting or from eating healthy because you're now afraid that if you go too hard on your diet, it will have a large negative effect if you ever revert back to eating the way you used to. Well, there's a couple things that we need to address here. Number one, fasting is not a diet. Also, especially on this channel, I don't promote dieting at all. I promote lifestyle changes. So, if you're gonna stop eating meat, you're looking to cut meat out completely. This isn't, oh, we're gonna stop eating meat for a month and then go back to eating meat, or if you're gonna cut, if you're gonna stop eating dairy products, we're not just doing it for a period of time to lose weight. The reason we're unhealthy is because we're eating these products. Now, meat within itself is not super bad for us if the animal's clean and everything, okay? The problem is the poisons that are used to raise these animals and the poisons that are in these animals, including vaccines, that we then ingest and now our body has to deal with, and that's what causes the problems. So that's the reason why I really want you guys to stay away from meat and dairy products, okay? These are heavily toxified products. And we should be looking at removing these types of products from our life in order to maintain our healthy status, because what's the point of going through, a 40-day water fast if you're just gonna go right back to eating the way you did and build that toxicity back up in your body? You're wasting your time. Fasting is not some magic bullet. Nothing's magic in this world, okay? It's just things that we don't understand and we may call it magic, but fasting is one of those things that you wanna incorporate into your daily, weekly, monthly life. And you don't have to do it every day, and you don't have to do the extreme, long-term fasting, but just not, if you skip breakfast in the morning, right? You're breaking your fast, right? So you go to lunch, boom, that's great. You eat 2 meals a day instead of 3. That's great, So these are the type of changes we're gonna be making. Anyway, back to the metabolism. So when you fast, your metabolism goes through the roof, okay? This is because we don't understand our metabolism. We don't understand our bodies, right? When you're fasting, your body starts burning fat like a well-oiled machine. Why? Why does it burn fat? Why does it burn your glycogen reserves? Why does it do all these things? Why is that its first plan of action? It's because these things are not good for us. Let's go back to what I said at the start of this video. Our body will never do anything that will harm us, okay? It's man's outside interference that causes these negative effects. So when you're getting out of the way of your body and you let your body do what it's designed to do, it's gonna take care of you. Trust your body, right? So your basal metabolic rate goes through the roof. You burn fat like crazy, and there's a slew of other great things that happen. Your human growth hormone goes through the roof, okay? When you go to the gym and you're pumping iron and you're working out and blah, 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 that's not building muscle. That's breaking muscle down. It's your human growth hormone that builds the muscle. So when you fast and you're working out, you're breaking the muscle down, and your human growth hormone increases up to 2,000% based on what these researchers are saying, you're gonna build muscle like you've never built muscle before. Also, the thing that you gotta remember is the muscle's gonna look different because it's healthy muscle. It's not this bloated, waterlogged muscle that we're typically used to seeing. It's going to be very lean, it's going to be very dense, and so you don't bulk up as fast. But that's okay, because also when you stop working out, you don't lose your muscle like you typically would based on what we've been taught about health and fitness and nutrition. This fasting myth is one of these kind of random ones. I've only heard it once, and then I saw some articles because the person presented it. But basically what they said was, let's say you're fighting cancer and you start fasting. Fasting will promote cancer growth and cancer spread. This is a very dangerous myth, because now what you're doing is you're essentially telling me that the one thing that we can do to cure ourselves or heal ourselves of, probably the most prevalent disease in our society today, you're telling me that process actually makes cancer worse? No. This is the ignorance of our society. We don't understand how cancer works. And I've said this in several videos, but I'm going to state it here today. Cancer is simple. Number one, cancer is a natural process, okay? Your body is purposefully creating the cancer, all right? This is because we're taking in way too many toxins. Your body does not have the ability to flush them out, detox in time. So over time, your cells start to break down, they start to mutate, they start to become toxic, and your body puts all of those cells, those bad cells, it tries to put it in one place, it tries to set it off to the side so that you do not die, all right? Now, with that being said, if your body is creating this cancer on purpose, then it also has the ability to eliminate it, all right? We don't give our bodies enough credit. If your body can create something, your body can destroy it, all right? My dad used to tell me all the time, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out. So, and it's the same thing with our bodies, okay? So, no. Fasting will not exacerbate cancer. What it will do is give your body the relief from all of the other processes it's handling at the time, and it'll give it the energy and the time to break cancer down and heal you. That's what it will do. So that's a very dangerous one, and I definitely wanted to talk about that one. Here's another popular one, all right? It's not a huge one. It's just something I feel like people just throw out there because they don't know any better. But they're like, oh, well, you know, aren't you gonna faint? You know, you're gonna faint, you're gonna pass out, you have to eat, you're gonna pass out. Now, this one I actually understand, and what I'm learning is a lot of times when people have these misconceptions about fasting, it's because maybe somebody they knew tried fasting, or they read an article about someone who was fasting, and those people were experiencing detox symptoms. And because of our lack of understanding about what the detox symptoms are and the wide range of detox symptoms, they turn into these myths like, oh, it's gonna cause this, it's gonna do that, it's gonna whatever. So one of the processes that takes place when you fast is your blood pressure can decrease, okay? It's not always gonna happen. Some people's blood pressure goes up, but once again, everybody's body is unique. And what's wrong with you may not be what's wrong with me. So when you're fasting, you may lose blood pressure, all right? And what happens when you lose blood pressure? You get dizzy. You get dizzy. You're gonna feel like you're gonna faint. During my fasting process, every time I stood up, I felt like, you know, like if you've ever stood up too fast, you've been laying down for a long time and you stand up too fast and you get dizzy. That happened to me every time I stood up, even whether or not I'd been sitting down for a long time or not. That's because my blood pressure had decreased. Now, we're taught that high and low blood pressure, these are bad things. The high and low blood pressure within itself is not a bad thing. What's bad is what's causing the high and low blood pressure. Now, I've kind of reverted to talking about in your typical daily activities and this isn't when you're fasting. When you're fasting, your body is doing what it needs to do to repair the damage. But in daily life, when you're eating and whatever, if you have high blood pressure, it's because there's an outside stimulus that's causing your blood pressure to be high, and high blood pressure is your body's natural response to that stimulus. It's what your body perceives as the intelligent move to make, right? If you're lifting 100 pounds, 200 pounds, you're a power lifter or whatever, and before you go to lift that weight, they take your blood pressure and they say, oh, you're normal, you're good, you're healthy. I guarantee you, 10 seconds after they done lifted that 400 pound weight, 100 pound weight, whatever it is, their blood pressure is gonna be through the roof. Why is that? Because your body's natural response to the stimulus, which was this weight, is to increase blood pressure, because what does blood do? Blood carries nutrients, oxygen, minerals, it balances hormones. And as you're exerting all of this power and you need all this extra nutrient to your muscles, it pushes the blood pressure up and it pumps harder and faster so that you can accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. This is intelligent design. This is smart, right? Like, this is, golly, like I can't really, it's exciting, because when you start understanding the body, you realize that your body does everything purposefully. and it's the most efficient thing, that the most efficient machine we've ever seen. So no, you will not faint. You will feel like you're gonna faint. But it is very common, right? And once again, going back to what I said, your body is not going to do anything that's going to harm you permanently. When you're detoxing, it's not fun. It's not gonna feel good. You're gonna wanna quit. You're gonna think about food. Your friends and family are going to scare you. They're going to try to get you to stop because they care about you and they think you're hurting yourself. And that's because of all these freaking fasting myths, right? Every major religion promotes fasting. Philosophers, people who meditate, all of these people with great physical and mental awareness, they all promote fasting. Why is that? And why is it that mainstream science and medical do not promote fasting? Think about it. If fasting is the key to healing 80-90% of our ailments, what happens to the medical industry when people learn that truth? I've been doing fasting, whether it's intermittent fasting, whether it's long-term or short-term water fasting, for well over a year. We're looking at about a year and a half now. My brothers and I have total lost over 300 pounds of weight. We have gained mental clarity like we've never seen before. There's opportunities coming to us. We're so much more in tune and aware. It's something that I can't really put in words. It's something that you need to do and you need to experience it for yourself, but it's amazing. Fasting has done nothing but great things for us, and that's why I share this information with you guys. And I'm sorry this video was really, really long. I'm super passionate, as you could tell, and it upsets me when people, spread the misinformation. If you're spreading the misinformation, it's because you're unaware and you're not doing it purposefully to manipulate. I understand that, but there's organizations out there that are purposefully trying to discourage people from finding this very simple, ultra cheap, super effective healing therapy, healing method. And it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And I'm on a mission to dispel a lot of these lies. So with that being said, guys, check out the Facebook group. It's growing like crazy. People are able to come there. You're able to ask these questions. If you're interested in fasting, if you're interested in learning about healthier eating, true healthier eating, okay? There's not very many sources out there that are talking about true health in our society, okay? There's the mainstream sources that tell you what they believe health is and whatever. And there's the religious sources, there's the herbalist, the naturopath sources, but it's hard to sift through all of this information. That is why I created this channel. That is why I'm building this community, so that we can all get the proper information and we're not going through trial and error. Everybody doesn't have to go through trial and error, all right? A lot of the trial and error I'm trying to do for you. And as I learn more and more about the body, there's things I don't even need to experiment with because I know them to not be right. I know what's right and wrong. I'm starting to understand it. So when someone says something, I can decipher whether that even sounds reasonable, whether it's even worth giving energy to. And that's the type of awareness I want you guys to have. Check us out on Facebook, A Healthy Alternative. Make sure to like this video, all right? I want to spread this information out there as much as possible. If you guys aren't aware of how, not Facebook, but YouTube, how it works is the more views the video gets, the more activity, comments, the more likes it gets, the more subscriptions the channel has. These all play a role in when someone's searching for information, how early on the list, how high up on the list it is. So make sure to like my videos if you feel like you're getting good information from them. Make sure to ask questions if you don't understand or if you want a better explanation. I try my best to respond to all the comments, and recently the channel has been growing exponentially. If you guys want to make sure that I see a comment, make sure to @me in the comment section. You know, you do @AHealthyAlternative before you start typing, and it will make sure that it sends me a notification. All right. Same thing if you're on the Facebook group. When you come to the Facebook group, @me. All right. And that way I know I'll get a notification, and I'll know it's a question that I personally need to answer. You guys can also direct message me, all right? And as the channel starts to grow, I'm going to do things in order to make sure that you guys can get this information more efficiently without necessarily having to always ask me directly. But to end this video, I just want to say that there are absolutely, based on the research that I've done, based on experiments I've seen, that I've done, there are 0 negative effects to fasting. It's the one thing that we all should be doing. All of us, we should all be doing it. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, it's good for some people and it's not good for others. No, we should all be doing it. It works for everyone because this is based on our natural physiology. This is how our bodies work. If you guys like that video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, the application of knowledge is power, and I will see you guys next time.